Hey guys, today is Monday the 13th of November. I'm going to try a completely different strategy with my videos this week because my last 10 videos, I've done 10 so far, and they've all been retrospectively talking about what's happened in the week, what's gone well, what's gone badly. And I don't think it's as engaging as I'd like it to be. So I think what I'm going to try and do, or at least experiment with this week, is just record things as they happen, before they happen, and talk about things after they happen. So I think it's going to be a lot more engaging. I think it's going to be more fun for me to do and probably more enjoyable to watch. So what do we have to do today? So I have my campaign for my new client going out today. Been working on that for around 2 weeks. I'm relatively happy with how the campaign's gone. It's been quite tricky getting some of the data and getting some of the AI to work in the campaign, but pretty happy with how the campaign's looking so far. But yeah, get that done. And then I'm moving the client that I said I had deliverability issues with, I'm moving them over to a different email sending platform. I've bought new email accounts, as I've said. I've had to warm them up for 2 weeks, so they should be good to go. They should be good to go today. The other job is moving those over and getting them set up. And it'd be really interesting to see how the deliverability and if the deliverability improves. So I'll keep you updated with how that goes. But yeah, that's the plan for today. One thing I forgot to mention is that we sent a client proposal out last week. Usual sort of retainer, $3,000 a month, $2,000 startup, and then some commission. But yeah, that looks very, very promising. I'll be very surprised if that doesn't go ahead. So hopefully hear back today. But as soon as I hear anything, I'll update the video and let you know. So just spend the day going through making sure all my new campaigns are live. So both campaigns for my database client and now live should be going out in about an hour. And then for my new client, his campaign, still a bit of copy work left to do. So I don't think we're going to be able to get that live. There's no point rushing out today. We can just make sure that's kind of where it needs to be and we can go live with that tomorrow. So that's where we're at. Hopefully the deliverability is going to be much better, but we'll see. I'm not sure how that's going to pan out, but fingers crossed. But yeah. So guys, Tuesday today, as I said yesterday, the campaigns were going live for my new client and then moving the database clients campaigns over as well onto the new email accounts. So the new clients campaigns are going really, really well. Probably the best any campaigns ever performed for me. So we've contacted 100 people. We've got 4 responses, 4 positive replies. So 4 people are interested in what we're offering. So I sent it over to my client. I was expecting him to be really happy with it, but he was quite coy in his response. But yeah, I mean, either way, that's a very, very good result, especially considering that we've got like 20,000 prospects to contact. If we're getting 100 at 4, I'm not going to do the maths right now because I'm not very good at mental maths, but that's looking really, really promising. So that's going really well. Now, in regards to the other campaign, I thought beforehand that they were all hitting spam because we had such a low open rate. So I thought we're getting more domain names, more email accounts. These are completely fresh. They've been warmed up properly. They won't be hitting spam. Still getting the same low open rate. So kind of a good thing, kind of a bad thing, but that's telling me that they were never hitting spam in the first place. It's something to do with our email campaign is not causing people to open it. So I don't think it's the subject line, but when you get an email, you can see part of the email body, right? So it will say the email subject and then maybe the first 20 words of the email. So I think this is probably where people aren't clicking on it. So for context, I can't remember if I said this before, but we're essentially contacting companies that are actively recruiting for database administrators, finding the people in these companies, because sometimes these are massive companies like Samsung, companies of that sort of size. To actually find the person that's actively recruiting for that role is going to be near impossible. So when they get the email, it says, subject line, and then the email body says, I'm contacting you in regards to your LinkedIn job post for the so-and-so role. They're going to see that and think, okay, well, that's not applicable. I don't have nothing to do with that. So we need to change that strategy to make that first preview of the email much more clickable. I've got an idea for that. I'm thinking of doing something along the lines of just saying like, hey, since you're the job title of company name, I thought you'd be the best person to speak to about this. Then it's kind of, they've got no insight into actually what the email is about. And it also kind of strokes their ego a bit as we're like pointing them out as to be the person that we want to contact in that company. Definitely going to try that. The benefit of this is that we now have 15 additional email accounts. The ones that I thought were hitting spam, we can now just add them into the rotation, and we can deploy campaigns on those too. What am I doing today? So today, going to do that campaign optimization, so changing the first line as I just said. I had a call this morning. The guy didn't turn up. It's the second time he didn't turn up, and it's very rude and very annoying. So I'm just going to get rid of him. I'm not interested in working with him, and I'm getting to the stage now where I can start to be more selective about who I work with, and yeah, not interested in people that are going to waste my time, so get rid of him. I think a big one at the minute, a continual problem I'm having is like actually just finding some level of organization and like continuity in terms of my day-to-day strategy and workflow. So something I really want to start doing, and I have tried to start doing, is like blocking out my day the night before. So working out, for example, tonight, go in my calendar, okay, what are we going to do tomorrow? Let's plan my day. What are the most high leverage tasks that I can do? Get them done first, block out a time to go to the gym. Everything that I need to do is kind of like organized ahead of time. Whereas this morning, for example, kind of just wake up, think, oh, what have I got to do today? Spend about 20 minutes thinking about what I have to do. And then, okay, what am I going to start with? And it's very disjointed. So it's about 10 p.m. now. Pretty good day. Got an email back from the client that I mentioned earlier where I said that I was pretty confident that was going to close, saying they've got the green light to go ahead from their COO, hoping to get the contract signed end of this week. I don't know if they're going to be paying sort of this month to get their email accounts warmed up, get them ready for December. We'll have to work that out, but yeah, looking really good. If that goes ahead, that brings me up to 9,000 a month. So a lot of progress in sort of 2 months since being fired. So that very much puts me above what I was earning in terms of my job before that I was fired from. And another positive thing as well, one of my existing clients that's commission only, he said that one of his deals is going ahead. That's going to be Q1 of 2024. So we're looking at minimum sort of $5,000 commission on that, and it could be a lot more than that. Really depends on how much they want. I'm not 100% sure yet. That just depends on how their conversation goes moving forward. But just got to kind of keep my cash up as much as possible to kind of give me that safety net as to like if things don't go, if I lose clients, if clients churn, if I'm not able to onboard anyone else, that kind of gives me, I'm trying to build like a good safety net. That's all looking very good, and hopefully they're going to be moving on to retainer. I pitched them 5k a month. They sound very interested in going ahead with that. Obviously we've had a lot of positive results for them, so I brought in over projected sort of $500,000 a year. $5,000 a month for that is a very good investment, and that was only over the span of 8 weeks, so I think that's definitely going to go ahead. But yeah, apologies about the lighting, by the way, if it's flickering. I don't know why my lights are doing this, so it's up online. It's to do with like it's to do with like the speed of the lights flickering against my camera shutter speed or something. So, but yeah, all looking very good. Good way to end Tuesday. I've actually not really had internet today. I still don't have internet on my new flat. Been running off my 4G, that ran out. I've added more data in, but it took ages for the data to be added. I've not checked my inboxes actually. Let's just see if we got any more results. Wow, okay, cool. Yeah, so the campaign for my new client sent out to 124 people have opened it. We've got 8 people replied, 7 of those are positive replies. So that is doing very, very, very well. Good end to the day. I think tonight I'm going to try and plan my day for tomorrow as best I can, and just try to get organized, try to kind of like work out, okay, what are the most high leverage tasks I can do tomorrow, plan them ahead of time, plan my gym ahead of time, just try to get a good schedule in place, because that's going to really help me build like a streamlined workflow, which is definitely something I need to do. Morning guys, Wednesday today. Didn't sleep very well last night, and as I said in the previous section, I didn't actually go through and make the plan my day for today at all. But plan for today, it's 11 now, getting my hair cut in about half an hour. But I need to have a look at my database client and really work out what's going on with those campaigns. There's always going to be a winning strategy out there and a better way to do what I'm trying to do now. And it's just a case of working out what that is. So I need to just try different things, experiment. I'm trying to do that this morning. Day off from the gym today, which is good. It means I can focus. Morning guys, Thursday today. So a bit of a late start to the day. Stayed at my girlfriend's house last night, so just got back here about 10 minutes ago. So what have we got to do today? My client, their campaign's going really well. The new client, been running for 2 or 3 days now. We've got 12 interested replies. We've booked 3 or 4 meetings. So the only downside of that is when we deploy an email campaign, we try and obviously not contact companies that they're already working with. They're working in the hotel industry, so A lot of hotels have variant domain names. So what we found was we were getting a few replies through saying, hey, so I'm impersonating the CEO of this company, and they were saying, hey, CEO, we're already working together. Not sure why you're contacting me, or like, so CEO, you already have all of our business. So I said this to him and he said, this really isn't a good look. Can we set up more domains or more email accounts that are not impersonating me? So I said, they're going to take around 2 weeks to set up. And in the meantime, what I'll do, I'll go through all of the hotels that we're currently blocking contact from and make sure that we've got all of their variant domains in there to make sure, just to do the best we can during that 2 week period. I've got a meeting this afternoon with an existing client. They're the commission only client, so they're hopefully going to be moving over to retainer in the new year. Still need to try and figure out a more optimized campaign for my other client, the database client. Still seeing really low open rates for that. I know it's not spam. I know it's my strategy. I thought maybe it's because we're not targeting as well as we possibly can. I don't know, but I still need to just look into that and identify, kind of just keep optimizing and trying to test things out, trying to find a winning strategy there. So, hey guys, 11 p.m. Feel like I didn't really get a lot done today. I made a big list of all the tasks that I need to do today, and I just found I kept bouncing between tasks. Kind of, okay, I'm doing this one, then I got distracted and then went over to another one, and just ended up not actually really focusing on anything. So campaigns again. So my new client's still going really well. That's great. They've got 4 meetings booked, so that's fantastic. He's going to be very, very happy with that. And they're very big companies. So in terms of the deal size and commission I could get from that looks, it could be very exciting. But the other client, that's still not really going very well. The people that it's resonating with, great, okay, that's good. But we're only getting, like on the new campaign, 15% of people are opening it. Why? I don't know what more I can do to boost those open rates, because as I said, it's like finding a needle in a haystack. You're contacting a company like Samsung that we found are actively recruiting for this job position. To find the relevant person in that company to contact about that job role at scale is like near on impossible. It's really hard because this has to be done at scale. This is the whole point, is that we're going through hundreds of leads per day and this is all completely automated. So finding a way that we can automate this to make sure that we're finding relatively the right person to contact and it's a repeatable automated process is very, very hard. And it's quite stressful, because obviously this is an income source. I don't want them to get to a point where they're like, look, Ben, this isn't working. We're not getting sort of the interest and the leads that we need for this to be good for us. The good thing is that they've closed a deal. For them, it's worth $3,000 a month. That's what they're paying me. So like we're continuously at break even. So that's a bit of a positive. Another thing as well is I've been feeling, since I've moved here, I've been getting significantly less steps in, less daylight. I don't really leave the house much. I was working at a co-working space before, but I've just been waking up, working my desk here. And it's definitely noticeably been taking a toll on like my mental state, like much more negative. I just feel generally more like foggy minded. So I need to take control of that, start, going outside, getting my steps in, just go for a walk in the morning, go back to the workspace next door for a couple of hours, speak to some people, whatever it may be. So morning guys, Friday morning today, it's about 9:30. Haven't been for my walk yet, but plans to go after this. Reason being, just got a message from my client that I was talking about last night, the database client. He said, so I asked him yesterday if this guy booked a meeting, and he said, no, we don't seem to be able to get people to get on a meeting. So this is what's happening. Like, we're getting leads through. We've got around 10 so far, but he's only had 2 meetings. People are just so they were saying, yeah, that sounds interesting. Can I get some more information? We send over more information and they don't book a meeting. They just completely go quiet, which is quite unusual. And I initially, as I said, I thought it was like a spam issue, but I don't think it is. But yeah, again, very, very stressful, because what more can you do? So, okay, here's what I'm trying to do. We spoke the other day about like, how can we incentivize people more? And he said something we could potentially try and do is offer them 10 hours of free support with his service. So, okay, cool. I've tried that with this lead, just to say, look, here's what we do in a bit more detail. Also, we offer 10 hours free support. Let's set up a 15-minute call next week to see if there's a good fit to help you, blah, blah, blah. Another option is just sort of saying like, look, let's jump on a meeting, and almost just offering some incentive to say, if you jump on a meeting with us, we'll buy you a so-and-so $50 something, I don't know, mug, whatever it is, just to kind of get people through the door. Anyway, gonna have breakfast and go for a walk. Gonna try and get into the office today, talk to some people, and yeah, I've got a call at 4:30 as well. A discovery call with an AI company. Morning guys, Saturday today. Gonna end this video here. So this weekly roundup. So currently on $6,000 a month. We've got three clients, 2 on retainer, 1's commission only. This week managed to get 5 meetings. So 4 of those were for the database. 4 of those were for my new client, the hotel client, and 1 of those was for the database client. Just giving a quick update for yesterday, which was Friday, as I didn't manage to do it. I got a message in the day from the database client. Obviously, I think that morning I'd said about that I was feeling a bit like worried that he was going to drop. So he sent me a message basically saying, look, doesn't look like we're able to actually book any meetings. We've had 8 leads and only 2 of them are booked a meeting. I was like, yeah, completely understand. He basically said, I'm not planning to continue with the service on January 1st if we don't start seeing more meetings booked. So I just said, look, understand, end of the day, this has to be a mutually beneficial relationship. Quite surprised at him saying that, because we are at break even now with 1 client, but I just thought, okay, whatever, let's just try and do whatever we can to get meetings through the door, whether that be incentivizing people to come on a meeting, offering them, say, hey, look, thank you for your interest in our company. As a token of appreciation for your time, we'd like to offer you a $50 gift card after completing the meeting, just to kind of give some financial incentive for them attending the meetings. Got an email from Crunchbase last night, which pretty big company, and they were interested in a meeting with the database clients. I thought, okay, great timing. Said to him, let's test this new strategy. Tested it, meeting booked. So might just be lucky. He seemed very high intent. He didn't ask for more information. He just said, look, yeah, I want to jump on a call anyway. So either way, we've got a meeting for him now. He's very happy with that. And I think that kind of keeps us in his good books for now. So just got to keep that going. And hopefully next week we can get another one. Ideally, we want to be getting sort of minimum 2 a month. 2 meetings a month, 1 conversion probably. Gonna end this video here. If you enjoyed this format, please let me know. It's a lot more effort to do this, but I think it's gonna be much more engaging and enjoyable to watch. Anyway, if you enjoyed this format, leave a comment giving your feedback, drop a like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you next week.